Well, greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here, wishing you a happy new year again. Today's the first video of 2017. I gotta keep it short for a couple of reasons. Number one, I got 40% left on my phone, and I don't know, man. It's a good excuse. But I'm gonna try something new and different. I'm gonna actually try and stick to the topic, the semi-original topic of the channel. Now, before I take any credit at all, I have to give all the credit and thank you to one of our listeners who chose or chooses to remain anonymous for his own reasons. I think he's wanted in about 15 countries for mass murder. No, I'm just kidding. But he reached out to me and he was talking and he brought up some subjects that I haven't really had a lot of time to get some thought about, so I'm not going to give any answers for the most part, but I'm going to present some challenges the way he did when he got a hold of me. And I thank you. You know who you are, brother. So he started talking, or his theme was bug out bags. And I'll paraphrase as best I can. You know, my memory is very short, but that ain't the only thing. But I could lick a fly off at the top of my head. That's just nasty. Sorry, ladies. But speaking of that, man, last night was a good New Year's Eve. What? Oh, did I think that out loud? Okay. So, yeah, to paraphrase, he was talking about the evolution, sort of bug out bags. And he makes really great points all across the board. One of them was that the bug out bag, the traditional bug out bag, seems to have morphed into almost like a camping bag. You know, it started off as something that you would carry, you would reach for and grab when you had to bug out, hence the name. It's New Year's Day, so the forest is full of fucking hikers and shit, so I gotta keep Charlie on a leash. In my ADD mind, I'm gonna jump from subject to subject. Charlie's doing really good, although he did, for the first time in 3 days, he did puke again this morning, so right after I fed him, he puked everything up, so that was kind of stressful, but I'm handling it well because I've taught myself to understand that he's dying, and people that are dying, it's not unusual for them to have upset stomachs. Charlie, come this way. So the bug out bag, yeah, originally designed to get you from where you are to your bug out location. But as time progresses and you start watching a lot of the videos on YouTube like he did, he noticed and observed that the bags are becoming larger and larger and more cumbersome, filled with a lot more items, and they're probably not the types of things you could haul around depending on how you were going to get to your bug out location and whether or not there were contingency situations, or rather unexpected situations. So let me give you some scenarios that he mentioned, and I'm going to just give this stuff out of order because, like I said, my mind's pretty sloppy and I got to say it as I remember it. Hang on a second, Charlie's going to take a dump. So in this guy's case, he's got, you know, I think he said he figured out that he needs to, the longest he'd have to hike if he was going to bug out on foot would be 9 miles. Or to get home, or whatever the case is. He had 9 miles to traverse, and he was posing some questions like, you know, do you stick to the roads or do you go cross country? This is a guy that's not a young guy, and he's a disabled veteran. So he's probably like me. He's got some leg issues, which, by the way, my knee went out last night, and it is killing me, man. It hasn't happened in quite a while, but it was really bad. I couldn't walk. But enough about me. Let's talk more about me. So yeah, you know, all of these things that are things that you have to take into consideration. You know, your ability. You may have 3 miles to go cross country, but if you can't do it, if you're just a, you know, if you're basically just a torso and that's it, you know, you're probably gonna have trouble crossing the terrain. So everybody's got, or people have various disabilities and capabilities. So you got to know these things. You got to know what you're capable of. Now you see me walking every day. I do that for a reason, so that I don't weigh 700 pounds, and also so that I keep my knees working, because they're all screwed together, and I don't want the arthritis to lock me up. But you know, I've had a broken neck, broken back, so there's some things I cannot do, and I have to be aware of that. So he brought up all kinds of things. For example, and I'm trying to rush here because I don't know when my battery's going to die. But there were some dry creek beds between where he would start and where he would hope to end. And how does he know there's not a rainstorm up, further up, upstream, and maybe the dry creeks are now flooded? Does he have the ability? Can he cross them? Does he have the skill? Is he physically able to? The other thing I thought was interesting that he brought up was he may not be the only guy crossing country. So if there's a lot of people heading toward a certain location and you're out in the woods and you're hoofing it, and you see other people, which you should be alert for, I think you should be aware of this stuff. Always be aware of your surroundings. And so if you run into other people, do you avoid them? Are they hostile? Do you avoid them just in case, just to be sure? Come on, Chuck. Or do you join up with them? Do you try to join up and think that maybe there's safety in numbers, or maybe you can share your supplies? Those are things you got to consider. I'm real interested at the end of this video to see your comments, like I always am, because your comments are what this is all about. This way, come on, Chuck. Hang on. So yeah, got lots of people hiking around here. Come here, Chuck. So I'm going up a big hill here, so if I disappear, look at this one. It's probably because I had a heart attack. But gotta watch my step here. Yeah, do you join up with these people? Personally, off the top of my head, I would probably avoid people, because you don't know people, and humans are the most dangerous animal there is, as we all know. So yeah, I wouldn't be in a big hurry to hook up with people unless I needed it, like desperately. The other thing he brought up I thought was really cool was how many people change out the items in their bug out bag to match the current time of year. If it's winter time, do you have gloves? If it's summertime, do you have extra water? Things like that. What about medications? I have certain medications that I need to take, so I keep them with me. Now, you can have multiple, this is my opinion, you can have multiple bug out bags, or not, let's quit calling them bug out bags. Multiple travel bags. Some of you may have noticed I'm wearing a man purse. It's hard to show it here, but here it is. So in there I've got water for Charlie, water for me, same bottle. I've got sunflower seeds because I like them. Got some energy bars. I've got gloves because some days are, we're in winter time. Sometimes it gets really cold. Not today. I've got a phone charger, which I could use right now, but then I got to kind of dangle it around, and it's hard to do it while I'm walking Charlie. We got a GPS. I have extra ammo for my weapon. So I'm carrying my weapon in my waistband right now, but my extra ammo's in the back. What else do I have in there? Some medication. Just pain medication. Gosh, I'd have to look. Oh, I got a knife, of course. And, yeah. Things that I might need out here. If I was forced to spend the night out here, I'd be fine. Because I know how to build a shelter, and I'm confident in that. How about you? Are you guys confident in that? With all these shows on TV, like Alone, where they drop people off to survive. And, all these former Green Berets and shit that are out there making these reality survival shows. If you haven't watched them, I encourage you to watch them, because there's a lot you can learn in terms of shelter building and survival. Hang on. So, in my truck, I have a different bag, and that is for if I'm stuck out on the highway. I got lots of energy bars and things like that. So I guess, to sum this video up, think about what exactly is a bug out bag. Do you have a bug out bag? Do you have multiple bags? Do you know what's in them? And do you update them regularly, depending on the time of year and where you're at? As far as your plans go, do you have a map of where it is you would need to go? Or do you have it memorized like this guy did? And like he said, you can have shit memorized, but terrain changes, and, you know, just one storm, so you can't always count on that. You have alternate routes, things like that. I think that's enough for this this first video of 2017. Again, I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy New Year, and I wish you great wealth, health, and happiness in 2017. And until the next video, yeah, LMS Tactical, I'm out. 18 seconds to the new year. Charlie's getting nervous. Where'd he go?
Daddy!
I think he heard some fireworks. 8 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
This is a family show. It's gonna be a good year. Huh? Love you, baby. Good riddance. 2016. 216. I almost said. Start screwing the Jews. Oh, that was Obama. Now we got Trump, baby. The part of it. Huh?